Couchtalk with Kingtif. I am your host, Kingtif, of course, and I have a very powerful entrepreneur sitting right next to me. Beautiful, first off, Miss Maria Jeancola.
Just like it sounds.
Just like it sounds. Just like it sounds, just like it looks. How are we doing tonight?
I'm good.
You're
Tired.
Good? Tired. Why are you so tired?
The last about 4.5, 5 days have been, I think I'm on like maybe 12 total hours of sleep.
The grind.
It's crazy.
I love it.
So I think I said something to you earlier. This is probably about the best time that somebody could interview me about being an entrepreneur, because I've got so much going on in life and in the businesses right now. And it's all good things.
Yeah.
Nothing negative. Usually it's the good things that stress you out more than the bad things. The bad things are kind of like, well, that happened. The good things, it's just like,
How do I get more of this?
It is. It's, I just hired a new employee. She just started yesterday, thankfully, an office manager, because I've been doing the work of like 3 people. But I know.
That's a level up.
Yeah. But
like I got somebody in the back right now I'm trying to recruit.
Hey, there you go. Yeah, but I told her, and it's funny because I'm thinking of it now, that I warned her I'm about to get into what everyone calls my zone.
Okay.
Like the zone.
Yeah.
Where, I don't know, my kids have seen it. They know it. I knew my friends and family just know that like I'm just like head down and I just go until I crash, which is not exactly the healthiest thing, but, I get a lot done in a little time.
You get stuff done.
Yeah.
So that's important.
Yeah,
so opening this up, let's talk about your entrepreneurial spirit. How did that come about? Where did that stem from?
So, I come from a long line of small business owners.
Okay.
Everyone in my family, in some way, shape, or form, both on my mom's and my dad's side, have owned businesses.
Okay.
On my dad's side of the family, they started the Jeancola coal company.
Okay.
I don't know, forever ago, during Great Depression time. And then in the late 30s, going into the early 40s, started Italian grocery store, meat market. It was like a tiny little corner store with one gas pump, one Sunoco gas pump.
Yeah.
And then they moved, and I think it was 46 or 48, to a bigger space, bought some more property, and that's where I grew up. I grew up inside of a grocery store every day after school. My dad gave me something to eat, and we'd go to the store, and I stayed there till close. And so I just learned kind of the hustle of a small business.
Yeah.
We weren't rich by any means, and there were definitely hard times, but I saw what it took to run a business, and that my dad was there literally, usually 6, sometimes 7 nights a week till 7:38 every single night. And my grandma was there, running it. And there I was, like, doing my homework while I was ringing somebody out at the counter, and so, so I just, was able to do that. And then on my grandmother from my dad's side in Macedonia, he owned a bakery. And then on my mom's side, radiator shop, Thomas Radiator Shop.
Oh, wow.
And
so
then a scuba diving shop. Yeah, so like it was like...
It was just in your 100%, eyes
100%.
All the time.
Yeah, it was and it wasn't. It was like in my subconscious.
Okay.
Like it was embedded in me. And funny thing, from 5th grade on, I knew, like, did you know what you want to be when you grow up?
No.
That's fine. I still don't know what I want to be when I grow up. I don't.
I'm here. I would never think I was like interviewing people. That was never even a thing.
That's good. You're doing well. That's awesome. If you're doing what you love, then
that's exactly. Yeah.
But no, 5th grade is when I was like 100% dead set. I knew what I wanted to be. I wanted to be a television broadcaster.
Okay.
I wanted to sit behind a news desk. I wanted to read off a teleprompter. I wanted to have that big hair and like the perfect makeup. I went to school for it.
You got that part.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks. Went to college for it.
And I'm flirting. I'm going to flirt tonight.
Oh, no. Well, hey, at least I'm single, so.
There we go.
Staying single, though.
Yes.
Forever.
Wait a minute.
I'm married to my business right now.
I'll give you that one. I'll give you a pass on that one.
Yeah, I tried dating. It just doesn't really work very well.
For an entrepreneur, it's hard.
It is hard. I was actually talking to my daughter about that on the way, basically saying, like, if I ever end up dating again, it has to be somebody who's busy.
Yeah.
Because I, had the opposite. I had, somebody that, I've had the extreme opposite on both sides. Like, somebody who was, like, not a very good, genuine person, and you kind of stayed in that toxic relationship. And then I had the exact opposite, which was someone who treated me like an absolute goddess and smothered me. So maybe I'll find that balance in between. Yeah, I need somebody that's as busy as I am and like understands that if I didn't answer my phone for 12 hours, it wasn't because
on purpose.
I didn't want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And then I picked up my phone over the course of 12 hours. I've seen on my watch, but like I got busy.
Right. And that's hard to explain with somebody who doesn't understand that.
Very hard.
It's very hard. And for them to not just take it in, but apply it to their life because they're never used to that.
Correct.
So let's talk about what keeps you so busy. So what are these businesses you do that you've created for yourself?
So when I decided to drop out of college, which is not really something that your parents would be happy about, mine said to me, "What took you so long? Like, that was a really expensive year." Yeah, you can be whatever you want to be, kind of thing. I mean, they were always very supportive. Same thing I tell my kids. At that time, I was 18, getting ready to turn 19, and I dropped out of college for a lot of different reasons. Honestly, like, I just failed out. Like, it was bad. I had to work to try and stay in, to let them keep me there, and just got involved with the wrong people, the wrong crowd. A lot of people that meet me and know me now, I tell them, the story, and they're like, "Wait, what?" I mean, I always say that it was a wonder that, like, I didn't end up in jail or dead, and found myself pregnant at 19, alone, completely just me, father completely out of the picture. Wanted nothing to do with our situation. And in that moment, it was weird. It was like sounds funny when I say it, like it was like a voice in my head, not like voices in my head, right? And I just kind of heard to myself, like, this is your angel. This is your angel that came to save you. And so that's why I named my daughter Nevaeh, which is heaven, spelled in reverse. And it was in that moment, I'm like, you got to change your life. You got to make something of yourself. You got to be something. And that's where, like, that embedded into my subconscious kind of came in to play, and I was like, what am I going to do? And so I just, like, completely turned my life around and just tried working as hard as I could. I mean, I was a waitress at Red Lobster at the time, like, because I didn't have a job, and so yeah, I mean, it was kind of like, I got to do something, but like, I was working every shift that I could, as hard as I could, and all that kind of stuff. And then she came along, and I mean, I had to figure something out, and I moved us into our own apartment, actually, in one of the apartments above my family's old grocery store.
What?
Full circle, right?
That's
crazy. And landed a job working for an internet company, working from home. Yeah. I worked for them for a total of 8.5 years, and what happened was, during that time, they saw something in me that I didn't even see in myself, and I worked my way up as high as I could into the company and had the opportunity to learn everything that I possibly could have learned about business, because it was hard. At the time, I didn't get it. At the time, I was like, why is this happening to me? What am I doing? They offered me a management position and a raise to move to San Diego. I picked up with my 2 kids, moved to San Diego. I had no friends, no family there. And they basically, I felt like I was thrown to the wolves. And I was in a very toxic marriage at the time, and just kept grinding. I mean, I'm talking 70, 75, 80 hours a week working. My kids were babies, like, playing at the beach or playing in the backyard, and I'm sitting on a picnic blanket, like, on my laptop, like, constantly working. And
what age were you at that point?
So let's think. So she was born in, so I was 21, 22.
And you were working 70, 80 hours?
Nonstop. And I didn't have a choice, because San Diego's expensive, first of all. My husband's time, wasn't making a ton of money, but I mean, he was working hard and taking care of the kids, so I could work during the day. We had opposite shifts, so I mean, like, we were making it work. And we were both in a lot of debt. We worked hard. We got completely debt-free. We paid off, I think it was $47,000 of debt in like a year and a half. And we were only making like 60-something a year. Yeah. Like, there's this financial guru I follow, Dave Ramsey. Yes. And that's, I think I told you about that. My life motto, my quote is, live and give like no one else now, so you can live and give like no one else later. And he's got this thing, like, he basically says, like, you eat rice and beans. That's what you do for as long as you need to. Yeah. But then, so this company, though, I had no idea what I was doing. It was an internet company, web design, computer and software sales, things like that, refurbished computers for nonprofits, churches. And I couldn't figure out at the time why I kept getting challenged, why I kept asking for help, and they would say, go figure it out yourself. Yeah. It was a very tough love type of employment situation, and I just figured out how to run a business.
That's amazing.
I did, yeah. So then moved back home, got divorced, and started a business of my own in the health and wellness industry, and was doing quite well, actually. And I'm like, this is great. I'm my own boss, finally. Yeah. And during that same time frame, reconnected with an old friend from high school, Dr. Nick Bigrig, and he was a chiropractor, and he was just starting a clinic in Cleveland, in Westlake. Wow. My sister was his office manager. What? And just open, like weeks open, right? Yeah. He got into it because he used to play professional football and hurt his back during a game. And was told, why do you think I have Couchtalk? I need to be comfortable. I can't sit here and be uncomfortable. Look, here's my business card. Okay, pre-exam and X-rays. Oh. So he was supposed to have a spinal fusion surgery, and found a different form of chiropractic. Chiropractic that really no one ever has heard of, it seemed like. and never had the surgery. It fixed him, went back, played another year of ball, and then got a 3-year semi-pro rugby scholarship to go to chiropractic school.
Really?
Yeah, it changed his life, and he wanted to help people the same way. So he moved back here.
Yeah.
We reconnected. It was very serendipitous the way that it happened.
Mm-hmm.
There was no rhyme or reason to it. My sister wasn't able to work one day, and they couldn't think of anybody else to like fill in that they trusted. And I was like, yeah, I can do it because I had my own thing. Like that's the cool thing about being a business owner. You can make your own schedule.
Around,
yeah. And so I did, and at the end of the day, I'll never forget, I was there for 9 hours, and somehow I learned how to verify insurance, and I reconfigured the server that the x-ray computer was on because I had the IT background from the other company. I made some marketing materials. I checked in all the patients. I did all kinds, organized front desk or whatever. At the end of the day, he sits down. I haven't seen him in 10 years. Like, we were friends in high school, but, like, we didn't really know each other anymore. I'll never forget it. He sat at the front desk and just looked at me, and he's like, you are a freak of nature. Do you want a job? And I said no. And it was about 2 weeks later. We were like, yeah, maybe I can do some marketing, this, that, and the other. And then a couple weeks later, we sat down. I'll never forget it. So it's our one booth at Fridays in Westlake, and had lunch. And he basically gave me an offer I couldn't refuse.
Really?
To earn ownership in the company through sweat equity. And here we are, 5 years later.
Explain sweat equity to the people.
Sweat equity.
Because you're dropping jewels right now, but I don't want them to miss it.
So, I mean, everybody knows like what equity in like a business. So, like, you are a partner, or maybe you own 5% or you own 10%, you have equity in it. There's different ways that you can do that. A lot of times people will help somebody by investing. Say somebody needs $50,000 to start a business, and they have 2 investors, that give them, 5% each or something like that, and then they own now 10% of the company or whatever the agreement is. So that's that's like profit shares and all these different kinds of stuff that you can, be given, and that, like, you're an investor, you have equity in this business, right? Sweat equity is basically equity earned. Okay. That is like I said, the whole head down,
what
just
you
like
do.
that. Yeah.
So perfect.
Yeah, and again, like, serendipitous, everything happens for a reason. Just today, I was basically given more for the work that I've been doing.
Really?
And it's just, it keeps going and going and going. And I'm very fortunate to be business partners with someone that is by no means selfish. He wants to give me what I work for, and a lot of people aren't like that. But yes, sweat equity that's like literally earning percentages. Continues to go up.
You can go earn percentages in a company by working harder.
Yeah, somebody's offering it. I mean, you have to be able to offer it.
Yeah, you got it. Yeah.
But the other thing is too, like, sweat equity. I use that term all the time. Like, you need to earn that in everything that you do. You need
That's
to earn
what I'm
sweat equity
saying.
in life.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I heard that more so when I played football.
Right.
Like, sweat equity, you got to earn it.
Right. You want to start? Well, then you better perform at practice.
Exactly.
You better not. You know what I mean? It's the same kind of thing. But I mean, that's again, go back to it. Live and give like no one else now.
Yeah.
Live and give like no one else later. Like, you gotta.
You just living your best
Yeah,
life.
but very few people though. Like, I don't think I'm anybody special, better than anyone else. I'm an average person. I just, have goals and work ethic. But it's like, you can literally do anything you want. You can be anything you want to be. Yeah. You gotta
go get it.
You gotta go get it for sure. But yeah, so there we are. 2 clinics later.
Tell the people, because I know I did my research a little. But tell the people.
Heartbroken.
Look, tell the people what your companies are called.
Okay, so the chiropractic office that we just talked about is Align Health Center. Okay. We're the first and only chiropractic.
I'm gonna hold up these.
Are we taking notes? Oh, I was gonna take notes. We're the first and only chiropractic biophysics clinics anywhere in Northern Ohio. The type of chiropractic that we do is chiropractic biophysics. So see here, look, I'm gonna show you. See this one here? See this red line and this green line? So this person's neck, they had like a whiplash injury. So the neck's supposed to curve negative 42, 43 degrees backwards, and their neck was very straight, too far forward. See here, after treatment, it's perfectly lined up.
Wow.
So it's like,
see that, but
think of somebody with scoliosis, right? Or, a crooked spine, basically. We remold the shape of the spine back to the correct shape, not surgically. So people have had like back surgery and they get rods put in. That's not what we do. So compared to orthodontistry, somebody's got crooked teeth, you wear braces, you're moving bone through soft tissue to create a new shape. We do the same thing with the spine. Okay. So we're the only ones around here. It's nothing new. It's been around since the 70s. There's just no one here practicing. Yeah. That's why Nick brought it to Cleveland. He was practicing in Chicago and went for his sister-in-law here, found out there was no one doing it, and was like, I'm moving home. Bring it to Cleveland. Yeah. So, Align Health Center. So that's at the core what we do. Then a little over a year ago, we medically integrated. Okay. Which means, am I going next? So we're still in Align. Okay. I know you gotta keep up. You gotta keep up. Because people don't understand. I know. When I say chiropractic, medical, then I say insurance, life insurance, health insurance, and then I say business development, they're like, yes. What do you do? Let's break it down. Here you go. That's what we're here for. Align Health Center.
Okay.
So we have this, right? We also do regenerative medicine. Do you know what that is?
No.
Stem cell injection. Do you hear
Okay.
that? So think of arthritic joints. Somebody's got bad
Yes.
knees. I actually just had bilateral shoulder injections 2-ish months ago.
I might need that.
So it is, it's an injection that goes into an arthritic joint.
Mhm.
So you know what arthritis is, like the degeneration of joints, right? The cartilage and all that. We inject these stem cells, which come from the Wharton's jelly layer of the umbilical cord. It's a birth product. So when basically through a planned consenting pregnancy, cesarean usually, the mother consents to donate the umbilical cord to a lab. The lab harvests the stem cells out of it. Stem cells are what heal things in our body. You
Yes.
get a cut on your hand, you get a
Yes.
scab, stem cells did that.
Okay.
But your body's smart enough to know to stop growing and have that scab fall off and have new skin.
Okay.
So these stem cells are brand new stem cells that we put in these joints to help regenerate, what has degenerated.
Yeah.
So we do that.
That's amazing.
We do physical therapy.
You are saving lives.
I'll cry because we just released like our data from 2019 of just our patients. Our physical therapists put it together. 96% of our patients, 96%, like I'm a stats girl, 96% of our patients reported significant pain decrease or complete pain resolution at 6 months post-procedure.
What?
4% moderate to mild, 0% said they didn't get better.
Really?
What? Look, I got chills. Like when
No,
we first
that's
started doing this
huge.
though, every single injection day, my kids saw it, every single injection day, like people would come out and like tell me that like I'm so happy, I'm just tears, like just sobbing.
Yeah.
Because like, yeah, you're changing lives.
Yeah.
Like, and the same with the chiropractic, like, it's just crazy. Like, we had a lady who, a mom who couldn't sit on the floor and play with her kids because her back hurt so bad. And she came in and tells us a couple months later, like, I sat on the floor and played with my son. Like,
Wow.
you guys did, you know what I mean?
Something that little that they couldn't do.
It's crazy.
It's life changing.
It is. So then that physical therapy, if you guys are even still listening here, because
We're here.
clearly,
My people's is here.
I really am very shy and have a hard time talking about things. Physical therapy, he specializes in trigger point dry needling, and then he does all of our rehab on our injection patients. And then we also have Green Medicine operating at Align Health Center, which is to get your medical marijuana card.
Okay.
There's 21 qualifying medical conditions. It's funny, I saw these sitting out here. I was laughing looking at those. 21 qualifying medical conditions right now in the state of Ohio. And our chief medical officer, Dr. Prente, has a certificate to recommend. So we pre-approve somebody before they come in and are able to do that. Now that's near and dear to my heart because I was involved in the Legalize Ohio 2016.
Now this is when they're going to tune back in.
Come back.
Come on back.
OTEP,
Come on back.
Ohio Incident Prohibition. Honestly, I didn't do as much as I, in hindsight, wish that I could have or would have based on time and, just not really just getting into it. But I've always been a supporter of cannabis. For anything, that it can replace any prescriptions, any opiates, like anything like that,
So tell me, what is that? What was that experience like? What do you do? And where are we at with the legalization of marijuana?
Okay.
So
did you hear what's happening on February 12th?
I did not.
So I'm going to tell you in a second, but I got to say this because you're going to love it. So you can submit petitions to the state for the medical board to basically review to add qualifying conditions.
Okay.
Right? Because right now the 21 qualifying conditions are pretty serious ones, right?
Yeah.
There's some that like aren't as serious, I guess, like chronic pain, things like that. But I'm laughing because it's so great. The top 5 all included anxiety, which definitely needs to be in there. Anxiety, autism, in my opinion, opioid addiction, those all need to be in there. But I want to say it's number 7 on the list. A qualifying medical condition, literally, that has to be reviewed is being a Browns or Bengals fan.
I did see that. Yeah.
Swear, because it causes anxiety.
Wow.
Isn't that funny? So anyhow, not that, obviously, but I mean, fingers crossed. I think they've tabled anxiety 3 times now. But anyhow, yeah. So you asked me basically what it kind of like what the process looks like. So you have to have a qualifying medical condition.
Okay.
You do have to have the medical records to back that up.
Okay.
We have a process that, as far as I know, like this isn't like on record. If somebody else watches this and says, Maria Jeancola said this. As far as I know,
you gotta keep that energy over there.
we have the fastest and most streamlined process to qualify someone's condition if they actually have it through electronic medical records.
Yeah.
You have to give us authorization, things like that. But basically, you give us access to your medical records as long as it's documented in the way that we need it, which I can explain to anybody that wants to be a patient in person or through phone or email.
Where can they find you?
All kinds of different places. let's see, ahcgreenmedicine.com.
Okay.
My website, mariajeancola.com. You can call Line Health Center.
In the description.
Yeah, all kinds of different things. But fortunately and unfortunately, I'm really easy to Google. You just type Maria Jeancola into Google, and it's like, that's why I always tell my kids, I was like, everything you put out there goes on the internet. And I always say text and email like it could be read in court someday.
Wow.
That's what I'm just saying.
That's a gem. That's
text and email like
gem.
It could be read in court someday. And text and email accounts, Snapchat and Instagram, like that does not actually disappear, just so everyone knows. Yeah, just saying.
These kids don't know that.
Just saying. So so you find out if you have your qualifying medical condition by us. You pay nothing for that. Fill out some paperwork. You come in. It's $250. You get your card. It's good for a year. We basically give you renewals for 90 days at a time. Once you get your card, you register with the state. It's a one-time fee of $50. If you want a caregiver, you can have 2 caregivers. It's a $25 fee for the state, which means a caregiver can go to a dispensary for you. Now,
wow.
Here's the thing. Still blows my mind how many people have no idea, first, that medical marijuana is legal in Ohio, 2, that there are dispensaries. There's like...
Are there?
Stop.
I didn't.
See? Yes. So it's 56 dispensaries, I think. It's 57 dispensaries.
In Ohio?
Like, there's one right by, like, not far from here.
What?
Yeah, there's one in the one, I'm from West Side. There's one literally a mile down the street. You walk in. It's kind of cool, actually. It's like you're in, like, a spaceship. It's like, you get, like... You go through like a metal detector and you have to like show your card and your identification and you're through like double like you ever walk in somewhere where like they have to buzz you in and now you're like locked in. This one's locked. Yeah. Right. Hey. And then you go into the next one and then you have to like check in and then a dispensary agent takes you in and you're like one-on-one. You can't have phones out. You can't take pictures. Like
really? That's why nobody knows because it's not on social media. That's exactly why they don't know.
I may or may not have some pictures I can show you though. They're kind of cool. But you go in and if you've ever seen a dispensary, like a picture of it like on TV or like, whatever on social media, you literally are handed a menu.
Really?
Yeah, it's kind of cool. Not gonna lie.
Different.
Like legit. Like
strands. For a different reason.
Yeah, and it shows you everything, and that's so we do a lot of the education. People don't understand it. Like, put it this way: like growing up, if my mom or my grandma would have like caught me with pot, they would have had my head, right?
Yeah. 100%.
They were 2 of my very first patients because they listened and they actually understood that there is a lot of benefit behind it. I mean, there's 2 different strains of cannabis. There's indicas and there's sativas, and people always just think like pot's pot. It's not at all.
It's not.
An indica is your stereotypical couch potato, like munchies, like I'm tired, you take that at night, or if you're in extreme pain, surgery recovery, cancer, or something like that. Then there's sativas, which is like keeps you more upbeat, keeps you alert. And then we teach patients how to microdose, so how to basically dose small amounts of typically sativas throughout the day so that you build up the tolerance to the THC and you don't get the psychoactive effects, you're not high. But you're getting all the benefits of it.
Okay.
So we teach everybody all that kind of stuff, and then there's full-time pharmacists on staff at the dispensaries to help you. And so there's all that happening
That's
too.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's cool.
I want to know what's happening on February 12th.
February 12th is when the board is reviewing these petitions.
Okay.
And then if anything passes, like
that'll be added.
It'll then go to basically go to the next level to then like be voted on to be added. So and if it does, then oh wow, talk about that for the business. Like let's get on the entrepreneurial side now. How many people do you know that have anxiety? Yeah. Right? Yeah. That opens up a whole new and that's not a very hard diagnosis either. It's not. Like getting a diagnosis of PTSD or even of chronic pain. Just walk through the hill one time. Those are hard. Well, I mean, you still have to establish like a. It has to be on the record. Oh yeah. Okay. You have to have an actual diagnosis of it, and we don't diagnose, so you gotta go somewhere else. But oh my gosh, there's so many. Yeah. Anxiety, it's crazy. Yeah. So on a business side, that'd be crazy. That's gonna expand our business. I mean, tenfold. So anything that kind of gets passed kind of helps you get more and more. And then on the recreational side, I mean, again, not on record, I don't know, I'm not a psychic, but I think probably somewhere between 3, 4, maybe 5 years at the longest, it will be recreational. Okay, 3 or 4 years. Maybe sooner, who knows? Maybe, I mean, who knows? And the thing is, people think that once it becomes recreational that medical cards go away. No, you still have to spend, you can't just, I mean, you still have medical marijuana, you still get your card, and then you get discounts at the pharmacy and or at the dispensary and things like that. So so I mean all these types of things though too, I mean all these service lines and the medical integration, all that, I'm not a doctor. I've never ran a medical clinic. I was gone for 7+ years in California, come back, and now here I am having to start this whole thing. And like, what's the number one, like, what's the hardest thing? This is kind of like a trick question, but it's not. Like, what's the hardest thing if you have a brick and mortar place of business? What's the most the challenging thing? If you have a physical location, what's the hardest thing?
Getting people in the door.
Boom, getting people in the door. Well, here I am. I've got this clinic in Westlake. I'm not even from here. I'm from Amherst, so I'm like a half hour away. Then we were opening a Beechwood location because we wanted to expand to the east side, and I'm like, uh-oh, what am I going to do, right? And everyone would always be like, wow, you guys probably made so much money. What's your marketing budget? And I'd be like, me. And they're like, no, who does your marketing? And I was like, me. And they're like, oh, well, what else do you do? And I'm like, as the office manager. Well, what? I'm like, what else do you do? The patient care assistant. Oh, what else do you? I'm like, literally everything but being the doctor, you know. So I started. I was going to all these networking events. Do you ever go to networking events?
Yes.
All right. So I was going to an average of 25 to 27 a month.
Wow.
Like hitting 3-4 in a day.
And what did that do for you?
So that was the thing. I used what I learned from growing up. I remember my dad always saying it. I remember my grandpa saying it. They always used to say in Cleveland and in northeastern Ohio, it's not about what you know, it's about who you know. I heard it, and then I always thought it was like, oh, it's about who you know. Like, that's what I thought, right? It's about who you know. Like, that's the thing. And in networking, there's this unwritten rule that people say at a networking group, or like, since you network and I network, and like maybe somebody else out here networks, it says that you know at least 200 people off the top of your head, like in your mental Rolodex, that you could refer to just like that. You can pull out your phone right now, and you know, if I'm like, hey, like I'm thinking about buying a house in Cleveland, do you know a realtor? Like, do you know a realtor?
No.
Okay. Well,
But I actually do.
See, wait.
Yes, I do.
So, okay, but that backfired a little bit. But my sister's a realtor.
I thought I was doing
so
okay.
Just saying, shout out to Melissa Porter with Howard Hanna if anybody needs a realtor.
Oh, yeah.
But so
that's
networking. That's the thing. So it's like, but yeah, you do. And then I could be just talking about something else. But it just happened, actually, when we were talking about this before we started recording. About medical marijuana, I think I handed out 4 business cards to people like walking through the studio.
Yeah.
That's networking, right?
Yes.
So I'm like going to all these events, and not coincidentally, I tracked every single patient that came into Align Health Center's doors, where they came from, who brought them in, how they came in, the percentage of the close, like meaning, you know, how many came in then actually started as patients.
Okay.
I went to 27 networking events in July of 2016. And not coincidentally, August of 2016 was our most profitable month.
Wow. The word, sweat equity.
Sweat equity.
There we go.
And then it just kept going and kept going. So everyone was like, you need to start your own thing, So I started a networking group.
Okay. And then we're here now.
We're here.
Oh, look, I'm ready.
This is a long story. A lot happened in like a little bit of time. And so I started Network 52, and it was the easiest way for me to think of bringing people into my business. I promoted the hell out of that thing, and I was like, yeah, like I'm gonna start a networking group. Everybody's gonna come. Everybody says like, oh, Maria's great. Like, you need to know Maria. There were 3 people at my first event. Myself and the guy I was seeing were 2 of them. I was like, oh, that's pretty embarrassing.
What was that feeling like though? That first one?
It was very hard because I
put a lot into it. Yeah.
And that's kind of what I was saying earlier about the whole sweat equity thing. Like, Nick and I talk about this all the time. Like, very, very few people are willing to put in the work now for the possible reward later. And the people that do that without even a question, those are the ones that are successful. Those are the ones that you're like right now, you're kind of like, wait, how many things do you do? Like, how do you do this? How did that happen?
Yeah.
It's because I don't know if it's going to actually pay off.
Right.
But I'm going to have faith in it, and I'm going to believe in myself and believe in what I'm behind, and I'm just going to keep working until it gets there.
Pour into it.
And sometimes things don't work. Like, I've had some things that have failed pretty bad, but, you know, I mean, you learn from that, and then you go on. So, so yeah, Network 52, I decided because there was another networking group that I was a part of, and it was pretty expensive, and it was very, very strict. Like, you had to be there every single week at a certain time. It was like 7:30 in the morning, and you had to pay a fee, and like it was exclusive referrals. You could only refer to certain people, like within your group, and there was only they locked out the competition. Yeah, and I get it, and that's a model that works for a lot of people. When you like need that direction. Some people like the like structure, the micromanagement. Yeah, exactly. Didn't work for me. Okay. At all. They didn't really like me all that much either. They did because I had referrals, and then they like didn't because my personality is a little
out there.
Hey, I'm here. Like, listen to me, you know, but it works for me.
Yeah.
But so I said every Thursday at noon, and I'm going to alternate between Westlake and Beechwood because I hadn't started my office out there yet. And I didn't know anybody on the east side. I'm like, oh my God, why did I just open a business on a side of town? I don't know anybody.
Yeah.
So I started, and I have between 20 to 30. I've had as many as 50 plus people at my meeting. You need to come.
What?
I've told you.
You told me.
I have told you many times.
And
You're
I'm
like,
gonna
when
be
is it?
there.
I'm like, every Thursday at noon. They're
I'm
like,
gonna
when?
come.
Where?
I'm gonna come. I
So
promise.
every Thursday at noon,
Every Thursday.
I bring together
Mm-hmm.
somewhere around, we'll say an average of 30 people.
Okay.
Business owners, entrepreneurs, people in transition, somebody who's in a sales role, somebody who has a Couchtalk TV show that's, or, podcast, that's YouTube channel, that's like looking for like
Looks
new
amazing.
interesting people, that looks amazing,
Yeah.
that like is, wanting to connect with other people to like, promote this and
Mm-hmm.
find other interesting people to talk to. Somebody like that would be really good. Somebody who's like a show promoter or like, I don't know, just somebody like that.
Somebody.
Actually,
she throws shots, but it's okay.
Just saying. I mean,
I appreciate it.
I'm just saying.
Yeah,
I actually
give me
talked about
right.
you. I actually talked about you last week.
Did
I
you
never
really?
told you. Yeah, I sure did. And I was waiting until tonight till I saw you.
What did you
to tell
say?
you that there was a guy there who, and this is what networking is, right?
Okay.
So I bring all these people in my business.
Yeah.
By the way, it's at Aligned Health Center. So woohoo, free marketing.
Wow.
I'm bringing 30,
You out
40,
here
50
bringing
people.
it all together.
Now they're all in my office and they're like, wait, what is this place? Well, let me tell you. And then at the end of every networking meeting, guess who goes up and sits at the front desk and schedules people for exams?
You. You
Works.
a one-man band.
I know, right?
One-man band.
Yeah.
I like it.
But your guy, I'm going to tell you about later, because
Okay.
he mentioned that he does like concert promoting and looks for acts and this kind of stuff.
Okay.
He actually is the one who places that.
Yeah,
I know,
we'll
but
talk
I'm just saying though, that's
I'm-
how you network.
yeah,
though. You gotta.
yeah.
I heard that, and here I am talking about somebody that's not even there.
True.
The relationship building, and then in that same process, last thing was too. I was with somebody that was in the life insurance industry.
We here.
So now I have 30 businesses a week
Look,
sitting in front of me.
She rolls around with 3 cards every day.
Actually 4, but I forgot some.
Look, this is what hustle looks like right
It
here.
is.
This is what going to
If
get
there's
it
anybody
looks
out
like.
there that has an idea that like can get all of my business cards on one, I'm all for it. Like we can barter some services here, just saying.
Big facts. But this is a lot.
I like a rack card, a trifold brochure. But
you said you needed. You said you needed this.
that's literally what I do. Like I embarrass my children so much until the point now where I'm pretty sure they actually have my business cards in their backpack.
Oh, I believe it.
My daughter in the background. Do you carry my business cards around?
Yeah,
She
I
does.
believe it. I believe
Like
it.
my 8-year-old. This one's good. I don't know if you've heard about this yet, but Calvin, my 8-year-old, my 8-year-old gave his second grade teacher my medical marijuana card because she said she had a headache.
Oh, that's classic.
And he said that might be chronic pain. Here, get some medical
My
marijuana.
mommy can help.
I'm like, oh god.
I love it.
The things, but yeah. So I was with somebody that was in the life insurance industry, and so then in my brain, I'm like, all right, all this stuff happened. I did all these things. Now I have all these businesses in front of me. What else can I do?
Mm-hmm.
I already had a whole underlying thing where it's really a business development company.
Mhm.
And so what I was doing was basically building these independent contractor agreements with people that I don't even know how many I have now, where like if I send a referral to someone, I basically get compensated for it. Now, I don't
okay.
let that skew, a certain payment processor. Like if somebody else is going to be a better fit with another payment processor, I'm not going to just send them there because I make money off of
Right.
it. But now I have this residual income because anytime I refer to all of these people, then I'm getting commission out of it. And there's some random ones. Like I'm actually a headhunter for Elite Matchmaking Services.
Wow.
A dating service, like an
Wow.
upscale, high-end dating
Well,
service.
first off, I think that would be public. I mean, I think you have good taste.
It's
You
so
look
much fun.
good.
It's the coolest thing ever.
I
I
bet.
get paid to literally set people up on dates.
That is
Right?
That's a dream.
I know. So I'm with all these businesses and all these people, and I'm like sending out, to other insurance agents and insurance brokers, references or referrals for businesses for group benefits. And then all of a sudden I was like, ding, I'm gonna start a life insurance brokerage, and I'm gonna start offering this entire package. So here's where I brought all 3 together, and then now I'm done with those 3, and that's it.
Let me hear it.
I took, so I have a Line Health Center. We already have these offices in existence, right?
Mhm.
We have a networking group that meets at these offices
Mhm.
to bring everybody, in the door.
Mm-hmm.
I'm networking and I'm helping other people because that's what you're supposed to do.
Yes.
The more good you put out there in the world, the more that comes back to you.
Yes.
I teach people how to network and how to network with an intent.
Yeah. Oh.
Bring me back next year. Hopefully my book will be done. We'll talk about that. We'll talk about that.
Come on.
And then I'm in front of businesses that I can profit off of, that I can maybe help them make money through different ways. But hello, group benefits, group health insurance, group life insurance, group supplemental insurance. So now I'm already talking to people who trust me, who know that I help them because I'm running this group, who know that I have a good reputation and that I do good, do good work and do good by people. And so now I'm getting all these leads for insurance. And every single individual there needs life insurance too.
Everybody.
If you don't have life insurance, that one we need to talk about because that one is rough subject. So most people don't have
No.
the right life insurance.
Really?
No, it's bad. It's real bad. It's like,
And they don't even know it.
No.
And they just paying every month.
That can be a whole nother episode if you want.
Yeah, we got it.
But I'm like, that's a whole nother episode.
I got a podcast. You can jump on there.
There you go. But yeah, so then I decided to start the insurance brokerage.
Mm-hmm.
And so then I had this genius idea, and it freaking worked, which was so fantastic that whenever I broker the benefits for a business,
Mm-hmm.
I offer a complete wellness program with it.
Wow.
Through Align Health Center.
Wow.
Hello. And then when I have their annual health fair for the employees, I use all of my people through Network 52 to be the vendors. Come on now, right?
How long did that take you to like put it all together?
It's been 5 years. So
Okay.
Aligned, I've been with Aligned and that whole thing 5 years actually, and about a month and a half.
Mm-hmm.
That was, I don't even know what year we're in. Was it a year later? I don't even know. 2015, yeah. A year later I started Network 52. A year later I started NFC Insurance Group, and then I am working on my newest crazy venture right now that, well, I don't know when that one's going to happen. But I know that sounds quick to a lot of people. But the one thing, give a little nugget of advice again. What were you saying? Dropping gems?
Dropping jewels.
I'm
I'm probably going to make a segment like that.
Do not rush into anything really at all, but in business.
Mm-hmm.
It's still going to be there.
Mm-hmm.
You have to write a business plan.
Mm-hmm.
You have to do your research.
Mm-hmm.
You have got to plan ahead. I get that when you get that taste, you get that taste
That
of the
fire?
entrepreneurial, like,
Ugh.
oh my gosh, I just made money off of something that I worked so hard for. I want to keep doing it. Great, but you're gonna screw yourself because, well, I forget what the percentage is of businesses that fail within the first 5 years.
Oh, like all of them.
It's like it's crazy. It's like 80%,
Yeah, it's
or more than that, or
ridiculous.
something like that. And
So-
it's because people go too quick, people go too fast,
Yes.
and they get greedy, and they want so much, and it doesn't work like that.
So what was your biggest setback? Because you've done all of this in such a short time. What was your biggest setback?
It was a very bittersweet one. It was 2018.
Mm-hmm.
I had these 3 different businesses.
Mm-hmm.
And it hit me in I think it was like September, October 2018. And I was like, oh my gosh. So I'm excited. It starts out really good. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. I was like, all 3 of my businesses have turned into everything I want them to be.
Mm-hmm.
And then I went, oh shit. All 3 of my businesses turned into everything I wanted them to be.
Yeah.
And I wasn't ready.
Yeah. Oh.
It was bad. I was like, I don't know what to do. I literally do not know what to do right now. And I had to make a choice, and it was a very hard choice. I had to go all in with one of them and let the other 2 go to the wayside, or I had to find a way to just keep all of them afloat.
Mm-hmm.
And that wasn't a good plan because I had bigger dreams than that. And so I did the hardest thing that I have had to do in business, and it was to give up control.
Wow.
Now, I'm a controlling person, not in a bad way, but I'm just going to do it myself because I just know it's going to get done, and I don't trust people very well, very easily. You break my trust, we're done. Sorry.
Yeah.
I'm big on integrity and trust,
Yeah.
and that's just who I am, and so I still struggle with it.
Yeah.
I've struggled with it. That's why you think I'm awake. I've been awake for 5 days, basically.
Right.
It's not been fun at all, but it's because I've had a hard time trusting anybody to do things, and I was really bad with my time management and making other people's problems my own and biting off more than I can chew, and I had to just pump the brakes on a few things. The insurance brokerage just sort of didn't stop, but it was
I have to.
yeah. And Network
Dedicate
52,
time.
I had to cut back on a lot because people don't realize oh my gosh, it's so much work.
Yes.
3-4 hours every single Thursday
Yeah.
with my drive time and the meeting time and all that. And I was having monthly events, quarterly. Those stay. I have, which you need to come to one of
I
those
will.
too.
I will.
You already know what I'm talking about. I'm
I
calling you
will.
out again.
All right.
Blue 52 at House of
I'm
Blues,
here.
Cleveland. I wanted to have events at House of Blues this entire time, and I won't say that they shot me down, but it was no, who are you? You're not going to just have events at House of Blues, House of Blues, right?
Mm-hmm.
Guess who contacted me, and I got this connection to somebody at House of Blues, and they basically said, it was a month after I had this big, huge event where there was 100 people at, and they were kind of what's she doing?
Mm-hmm.
With a bunch of business owners, people that have a higher spendable income.
Yeah.
So I was connected with the foundation room. Have you been to the foundation room?
No.
Do you know what it is?
No.
There you go.
I'm
The
getting
foundation-
educated here.
Foundation room, I'll take you there. The foundation room is, I call it a super secret club inside
Okay.
the House of Blues. It is a members only club.
Wow.
Every House of Blues has them, to my knowledge. I think most of them at least. It is it's the coolest. You walk in and you're like, this is not real. Like, what? So every time that's, I don't know, you see how many shows and concerts I go to. My daughter's meeting all these artists, and we're always like standing backstage or like all like meet and greets and stuff.
All of it.
Well, when you're a member of the Foundation Room at House of Blues, you get pre-sale access to anything Live Nation Ticketmaster. You can request meet and greets with tour managers. Well, actually, the concierge, the VIP host at House of Blues does it all for you.
Wow.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I can't tell you how many like things. I mean, crazy, all the things we get. But so I have an event there quarterly called Blue 52, and we have over 100 people that come. It's a networking event where I'm allowed to bring people in. It's a ticketed event. It's
so
the only thing I charge
for?
March 25th. Okay. March 25th.
And you'll have a link?
Yep, that's just go to network52.com.
Okay. Because I want to put that in the description.
Yeah, for sure. I'll put you on the VIP list.
Yeah.
There you go. You get a free ticket if you actually show up. See?
VIP out here.
But yeah, it's again, there you go. It's the networking, it's the relationship building.
Yeah.
It's I knew someone who knew someone about in Cleveland.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden House of Blues is like, do you want to partner together? So the last one that I had in December, this one was like kind of like a my girl moment. Like, oh my gosh, I'm like, this is so crazy. Like, I was so giddy. House of Blues actually suggested that we had my Blue 52 event on the same night as their annual holiday mixer for their membership drive of all of their members. So we collaborated and packed that place out. It was awesome. And so it was good for my members because it was a whole new demographic group of people.
That you didn't even have to go grab.
It was amazing. And like a lot of the people
that's
from that
what
event.
A connection is. That's what a collaboration is.
It's so much fun.
That's beautiful.
But you've got to see the foundation room.
I'll be there.
You go up, that's how, the East 4th Valet Garage.
Mm-hmm.
So first of all, they give you year-round parking there, which is nice because, it's like $60 to park during a game or something. Like, I can just valet right in. You go in the back doors. You go in the back doors of House of Blues. It's kind of cool, not gonna lie. It's like very Goodfellas style. Like when they go through the kitchen and like it's my favorite movie. You walk through the kitchen, like they take you through and all that. That's what it's like. Then you go through these back doors and it's like VIP entrance, like where the artists go in. And you go back and then you go up this like service elevator.
I ain't gonna lie.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna take you though.
Yeah.
I can take you. You go back up this service elevator that nobody knows exists, and it takes you into the foundation room. And it is so beautiful. It's so cool. They're renovating right now. And then there's a second story too, and it's actually the only patio that overlooks East 4th.
What?
It's a private patio. It's so cool. I'll show you pictures.
Yes, show me pictures.
Yes, sir.
So
yes.
All of this going on, all of this happening, VIPs, all of these great things that are happening in your life. How do you balance that and then being a mother of 3?
I don't sleep.
I think that's the...
No, I'm serious.
Okay.
Something's got to give somewhere.
Something, yeah.
Something's got to give somewhere. It's not going to be my kids.
No.
That's for dang sure.
No.
It's not going to be the businesses.
No.
That's for dang sure. It's not going to be, I would say, my health because, I compete in bodybuilding.
Yeah, I want to get into that.
But this last year, I've been to the gym like maybe 10 times. It's been pretty bad.
Really?
It's been rough. I'm getting ready to start prep for another show.
Wow.
But that's my bit. I mean, I don't balance it. I'll be 100% transparent. Like, I don't try and fake it. I don't try and
do it.
I just do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's catching up with me. I mean, like, I crash when I get real tired, but again, live like no one else now so you can live like no one else later. It's not going to be like this forever.
Yes.
Actually, this week, today, really yesterday and today was kind of like a big pivotal moment, and I've said it to a couple people in the last like 24 hours, like, I finally have this like weight lifted off of my chest, this weight lifted off my shoulders that like all of this hard work is turning into what I want it to be. I spent all day this morning from, I think it was like 9 to 1 or 2, touring spaces with our real estate broker because we are expanding. We need a bigger space. I mean, I have 2 offices, and our one in Westlake's under 2,000 square feet. I was standing inside of a 6,900 square foot, brand new, not even finished, beautiful building on the west side today, looking at it going, like, this could be my office. This could be my office. And then I don't know, that's the one we're going to. But I'm looking at, like, I mean, like, can you fathom like 7,000 square feet, like how much that is?
That's a lot of square feet.
That's a lot of square feet. That's a lot of rent. That's a lot of money.
Yeah.
But we're ready for it. And like, it's working. Oh my gosh, like when stuff works, I'm just like,
right.
I did it. Like, I did it. I get so excited. It's like, I don't know. So yeah.
So let's get into the fitness. Now, explain what being, and I wrote this down actually, a nationally qualified bodybuilder. What does that actually mean?
No, nothing really.
Okay.
Just kidding. No. So in bodybuilding, there are different federations, and within the federations, there's different divisions. So Here in the U.S., there's something called the NPC, the National Physique Committee, and then there's zones. Like
National Physique Committee?
Yeah, that's what the NPC stands for.
I gotta get right.
Let's do it.
All right.
And don't tell me that you can't, or somebody else watching this telling you can't. I wish you could, like, can we, like, pop up pictures, like, right now? Like,
right there.
Edit over it? Look,
I think the editor can do it.
If you can, you probably want to put my before and after. Have you seen it?
I've seen the after.
No, you haven't seen the before?
I have not.
I feel like you should pull it up. Yeah, I feel like I should show you. I need, like,
we gotta get that.
Someone hand me my phone. Let me pull this up on. So, I lost 86 pounds.
Really?
Yeah, it was scary.
What type of training did you have to start?
So
many questions here.
I know. I feel like we were not supposed to talk this long. I'm sorry.
No, I'm sorry. We're here.
So, let's see here. Let's see. Let me find you this picture. So, I decided that I wanted to get into bodybuilding because I wanted to basically prove to myself. That's my thing too. Is like, don't ever do anything for somebody else. That's something you want to do for yourself. I wanted to prove to myself that I could do this. I lost 86 pounds. I decided to compete. I have had 3. I'm not gonna show you. Hold on. I've had 3 shoulder surgeries.
I'm ready.
I had 13 screws between my 2 shoulders.
What?
I had a reverse curve in my neck with 2 herniated discs. L4 low back. I had a herniated disc, a bulging disc. My L4 nerve root was impinged, and I have a torn labrum in my hip and stage 3 arthritis in both my knees.
And this is all before you started working?
This is because I had scoliosis and didn't know what chiropractic biophysics was.
Wow.
Right? I got real fat.
Okay.
My kids are beautiful and they are wonderful, but pregnancy kicked my ass.
Okay.
And I was big and unhealthy. And I decided that I wanted to compete in bodybuilding. I didn't lose 86 pounds from start to finish, but at my heaviest, that's where I was. This was natural. Like, this isn't like I didn't have like surgeries and like, tummy tucks and all that kind of stuff. This was hard work.
First.
I don't know if they're gonna see it. Can you see that? Can you zoom in on that? Can they see this?
I think so.
I don't know, maybe.
But if not, we're gonna put it up. What?
Just saying. That was a week before my first show. Not last year, the year before. I did 3 shows and won my class in all 3. Now that was a moment. Let me tell you, that was a moment right there.
Talk about that moment.
I don't know. I didn't even know. Look, I still am like, yeah, there was, my daughter was there, my family was there. It was a really small show, the first one, and I was really nervous and like, my posing sucked and like whatever, but still it was really cool. The next show was a show that I've always wanted to compete in since I ever wanted to get into bodybuilding, the Mike Francois Classic. And
where was that? Where is it?
Westerville, down by Columbus.
Okay.
I don't even know how to describe it. I have no idea how to even describe hearing your name called when you won that after everything that you've been through and the work, the getting up at 4:45, 5, whatever to do fasted cardio, then go to the gym, then pose, and then like eat 6 meals a day, and like do cardio again at night, and just be exhausted and depleted, and like you can or can't have water, and then you can or can't have this, and going out with your friends and not being able to eat or drink, or like it's just like it is so rewarding, and to watch your body transform. Like the last 4 weeks of prep, your body changes every single day. And when you have a good coach, my coach he checked me like almost every day. Like he basically like do check-in pictures or like in person or whatever. And he is so good that he would look at you and say, tomorrow in meal 4, change your change meal 4 by a 1/4 cup of rice.
What?
And it would like change how you looked like in a day. It's crazy. Crazy. Yeah, it's wild. You get excited about like the things that you never think you get excited about, like a new bicep vein. It's like, oh my god, look at my new bicep vein. Like, and it's like what's what memes are made of. Like about bodybuilders, like, hey, look at my new bicep vein. Like that's exciting. Yeah. That vascularity you worked hard for. But so the NPC. Let's go backtrack again. I'm like the dog from Up, like squirrel.
Right.
Sorry.
Hey, we get through an hour with it.
Yeah, maybe we'll get ADD as a qualifying medical condition one of these days. Right?
One of these days.
But so the NPC is the National Physique Committee. You compete on basically, it's not on a national level. You compete on a local level. Okay. So like I compete like in the Mid-Atlantic zone, but you can compete anywhere. Like there's shows all over different states, right? When you win, when you win your class in a show, or you win the overall, or in some, I believe you can take first or second place in your class in the bigger shows, but usually it's first place. When you win your class in a show, you become nationally qualified.
Okay.
So it's one of those things too, where people will be like, they'll do one show and they win, and it was a small show. They're like, I'm nationally qualified. Like it's like almost embarrassing. Builder, though. It is, and like I do have it on my Instagram because I'm damn proud that I'm 3-time nationally qualified. My first 3 shows, I won my class in all 3. Yeah, that's kind of cool. Yeah, that's pretty cool. Actually, my coach told me, and this still stands true, that I'm the only client that he's ever had that has won their class in all 3 of their first shows.
What?
And about a year before when I decided to compete, everyone I was talking to, it's not that people doubted me, it just is not something that you do. You don't go into it. And I didn't say it with a cocky thing. I said it because I believe in myself. I would tell everybody, I'm going to win my first show.
Yeah.
I'm going to win my first show. And I had someone very big in the industry, and he did not say it in a mean way. And he knows if you happen to watch this, he knows like now because I've told him about it. He laughed at me. He's like, no, you're not. Nobody wins their first show. And I was just like, it hurt. It hit me hard. But I will never freaking forget.
Yeah.
He was one of the judges.
Was he really?
At my show. And I was standing on there, and
Yeah.
I won. And I went up to him after, and I was like, told you I was going to win my show.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, so when you take first place in your class, you become nationally qualified, then you compete on a national level.
Mm-hmm.
To compete on a national level, I think I want to say it's seven or eight national shows a year. There's different ways that you can earn your pro card, as people call it. So have you ever heard of an IFBB Pro?
Nope.
Okay. The IFBB is the International Federation of Bodybuilding.
Okay.
So to become a pro bodybuilder, so that's like the NFL, the NBA, the
Yeah.
MLB of bodybuilding.
Gotcha.
You have to nationally qualify.
Mhm.
You're nationally qualified for 1 year, and then you are then qualified to compete in a national show. So you have to do a national qualifier NPC show, get nationally qualified, then compete on national level. If you win, then you earn your pro card. Now you're competing against other pros only. You can't do local shows
Oh, you
anymore.
can't?
Ooh. Nope. But then
Straight
once you
pros.
once you go pro, and then that's like the big boys.
Yeah.
That's like, whew.
Yeah.
So now think of like the Arnold Classic, the Olympia,
Mhm.
you know, the Phil Heaths, the Arnold Schwarzenegger, the Jay Cutlers. Those are like the pros, right?
Yeah.
I have zero aspirations to do something like that.
Interesting.
A lot of people are like, yeah, I'm competing because I want to get my pro card. Like, it's like, I just want to be like, listen, like, that does not matter. Like, it is nothing.
Yeah.
Like,
But that's not all you do.
no, it's not.
You
I
know?
know.
So-
But people that want to do it, they want to do it to show it off so much
Yeah.
in that industry, in that field, and it's like,
And I want to talk about that more
know.
on my podcast.
we will.
I'm the Life of Ex-Athlete. If you don't know, now you know.
What is it?
The Life of an Ex-Athlete. Yeah. So.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. See, you don't
Maybe-
know everything about me.
Well, maybe if you came to my networking events and we network more, then I would know.
Maybe if I had a car or two, I don't know. But no, I want to talk in depth on that journey you had for just getting in shape, because there's so many we have 3 minutes, they say. They keep telling me, look, rap. But I can keep going.
Stop her.
You know what I'm saying?
Stop her.
So I want to get more in depth on that. We'll do that one day. But we got a little housekeeping to do. This is Couch Talk. So on Couch Talk, there is Tease 5. Now Tease 5 is 5 words that I'm gonna say, and you have to clear your mind.
Oh, boy.
Each word, I want whatever comes to your mind first. I want you to say and then explain if you want to.
Oh man,
All
all
right.
right. I'm gonna keep it clean because one of my kids is in the room. So
Okay. All right. Keep it clean.
I'm ready.
Or don't. That causes better content. But
oh gosh, I am not gonna be able to keep a straight face because. Okay.
no, they're not bad. They're not okay.
Come on, we only like a minute and a half.
Okay, so perseverance.
Ooh, perseverance. That's everything. You
That's
gotta persevere. You gotta keep going. All 5. Do I have to say 5 words?
No, I say this is the first
Perseverance.
word
Perseverance.
of the 5.
Push. Go. Like work hard. Like that's ambition. That's everything. Like just push through.
Okay. All right. So my second word is marketing.
Marketing. Don't try and do it all yourself if you suck at it.
Whew.
Just saying. If you are going to hire a marketing company,
This is big.
do your freaking research, because what you need to do is you need to vet them and you need to find other people that have used them and gotten results from them, because everybody in the world right now thinks that they are a social media marketer. Just because you have an Instagram that has 5,000 followers on it does not mean you are going to make somebody's revenue increase. So do your research on that.
Okay. I like that. Health.
I'm going to quote my friend Carrie Rudow. If you don't take care of your body, where are you going to live?
Wow.
Online Health Center, one of our mottos is we teach people how to take a proactive step rather than a reactive step to your health, because when you have to make a healthcare decision in a crisis or emergent scenario, you are not making your best decision. But if you can pre-plan for that and you can be proactive and you can do things to prevent something from happening, you need to do that. Correct the underlying issue that's causing the problem in the first place rather than masking the symptoms. There you go. That was a good one.
Wow, that was a good one. Okay. My fourth word is friendship.
I mean, that's just as
Hey,
important.
matter of fact, I'm gonna change it.
I knew he was going to say it. I knew it. I knew this was coming.
I'm gonna change it. No, this is relationships.
Oh. I knew it.
Relationships.
Here's how we're going to answer it.
All right.
Now, this one's for everybody else watching now. You see, like, how well we get along.
Yeah.
It's a maybe.
So maybe.
It's a maybe. You were flirting with me earlier, so I don't know. It's a maybe.
Oh, I didn't even think I was going to get that. I'm feeling
You gotta
good.
give everybody a chance, right?
Give everybody a shot.
Never know.
Hey,
Never know.
I'm happy now.
Just saying.
We can stop here. All right, cut. All right, Couchtalk's over.
Wait, no, we can't go on a date right now. We gotta go home.
No.
Relationships are one of the most important things. You have got to do the right thing. You have got to, like, again, you know, put the good out there to bring the good back.
Mm-hmm.
You know, relationships are important. Relationships are more important than your street cred, than your education, than your power, whatever it is. The relationship that you have with someone, whether it's personal or professional or family, I mean, that's everything.
Yes.
That's it.
Love it.
Yeah.
And my last final word, this is actually not a word, but it's a phrase, living your best life. What does that look like for you?
I mean, it's I can't even get the words out because, like, when I'm thinking, I'm trying, like, I get emotional over stuff like that. Like,
Okay.
it's right now.
Yeah.
I'm living my best life, and I'm
That's
not
what I
living my
thought.
best life because I'm, like, posting the best selfie on, like, Instagram. Like, I'm doing things that are making me happy, that are setting my children up for a phenomenal future, that are setting me up for a phenomenal future, and I am literally changing people's lives.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm living my best life, and I'm, you know, trying to exude that energy and positivity and helpfulness to the people around me, because you get one life.
Mm-hmm.
You got one chance
Mm-hmm.
to do all these types of things, and you have to take chances. You can't always be scared. I always say I'll try anything twice, so I'm living my best life.
Wow,
you know?
there
I mean,
you
first
go.
time you don't really know, so you don't know. So
I like it.
live your best life.
Live
Be
your
what you want to
best
be.
life.
Anybody can be what they want to be. You can do whatever it is that you want to do.
Big fact. My last and final question is, what advice do you have for entrepreneurs, up-and-coming entrepreneurs?
Love that question. I'm so glad you asked that.
Yes.
Every time I'm asked that question, whether it's an intern, whether it's someone young, whether it's someone older, whether it's someone who's already hugely successful, because a lot of successful people actually ask other successful people that question. I found it's really kind of cool, actually. I always ask people that too. Be resourceful.
Okay.
That is my number one piece of advice for anyone in the entrepreneurial world. Be resourceful. I don't know if, like, anyone got that already and you know what that means, but do not try and go to other people to figure something out that you can figure out for yourself.
Okay.
Because what happens is you learn things better when you're the one who went out there and figured it out yourself.
Yeah.
And if you just keep asking someone, like, hey, how do you do this? Listen, this is what I tell my staff, employees, everybody. If you can Google it or if you can figure it out yourself, I get that it might take you twice as long, rather than interrupting me and asking me how to do it just because you know I know. It's showing me that you're lazy and you're not ambitious and you're not willing to learn and figure shit out for yourself.
Yes.
So be resourceful and figure things out yourself, and that could apply to your business, that could apply to something in school, that could apply to relationships. My freaking dishwasher's broken. Well, guess what? I was on YouTube trying to figure out how to fix my dishwasher. Like,
wow,
that's, you know what I mean? It's like, be resourceful.
Yeah.
Be resourceful. There you go.
And that was Couch Talk, okay? I don't have much else to say. It's King
I said it all.
She said it all. She said it all. Miss Maria Jeancola, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And we're going to
This was
keep this
fun.
relationship going.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you.